Hey guys, how's it going? I have a review to do today. I like pretty much never can do unboxings because I get so excited about getting decks and then I pretty much rip into them as soon as I get them. Like I get it out of the post office and I get the keys out and I'm like and I start flipping. Like I seriously do like a walkthrough with the deck in my car. So I have a review. I was gonna say reading. A review for the Tarot of the Hidden Realms. This is so exciting. Oh man, I love fairies. I'm just like all about the fairies these days. Even in my art, it's just nuts. So let's get into it. The box is awesome. This is published by Llewellyn, I believe. Yep, Llewellyn, and it's by Julia Jeffrey and Barbara Moore did the book. So Julia Jeffrey did the artwork, which is stunning and amazing. And it's got like a magnet box. It's a really great box. Llewellyn has really changed their boxes. Before they were really crappy, and you get it damaged because it wasn't hard at all. So it's nice that they've changed it to these harder boxes. So then you open it up, and this is just so nice. Like, check this out. Oh, isn't that amazing? Like, I don't know. I love boxes. maybe that's the thing. I'm just like, oh, and it's even gold. Oh. Anyways, so there's this gorgeous little piece of ribbon that you can actually use to lift this out. Isn't that awesome? I really like this. And the book is nice. It's like soft. It's really, really nice. I haven't dove, I guess, deep into it yet, but it's what I have looked up, like the couple card meanings that I wanted to just, see what the book said. They've been great. Like, we've got divinatory meanings, and you also have like a little blurb on what's going on. So, and this is like very standard kind of Llewellyn book. There's spreads in the back. They often do that with their books. And so if you've never read tarot before, it's nice that Llewellyn does this because they kind of give you a breakdown on how to work with cards, But if you've already read cards for a while and worked with them, you kind of have an idea. So I often just skip over that. I might glaze over it just to see if there's any other ideas, but generally I don't look at it. Anyways, enough about the book. Let's go to the deck. Okay. Oh my gosh, I did not expect that. But you know what? The cards are so slippery that I did not expect that at all. Okay. But anyway, so you can see they do fit quite nicely in their spot. And you can, I guess what I was trying to show you, I wasn't trying to actually throw the deck out. What I was trying to show you is that this ribbon actually helps to lift the deck out. That's so funny. Anyways. Okay, so the backings, they're amazing. And actually it really reminds me of more like a dragon. My husband right away pointed out that this looked like eyes to him. I've noticed this theme actually throughout the cards too. A lot of the cards actually have these kind of, it's almost like a ribbony, twiggy feel. So this design actually is a lot in the cards. But the amazing art. Oh my gosh, it's just inspiring. So I think, like, I'd love to find out what exactly she used, but to me, it almost looks like she's done watercolor and then pencil over top, like a colored pencil. That's the only thing I could think of. Or maybe like a Kante crayon. I don't know. There's a softness. I'm kind of thinking it's a paint of some sort. Maybe watercolor. Because like this feels very watercolory up here. But then you get the awesome line. I probably can't see. I'll try and put it closer so you can see. So there's like line detail as well. Sorry, I'm just like fascinated with the artwork of this deck. It's just unreal. So 78 cards. It's your standard kind of tarot deck that way. Extremely slippery, and I'm not really too happy about the cardstock. It's really thin, and maybe this is them just changing their cardstock. I wish they'd go back to their old cardstock. Their old cardstock was awesome as far as I'm concerned. It's like they went old cardstock, then really thick cardstock, and then this one's like really thin. I don't know, but it's so thin that when I got the deck, it actually is already formed, like it's not straight. So if I go to shuffle, because I like to do the bridge, that is so annoying, because that's what happens. And I don't know how to get rid of it, and I was trying to get rid of it, and then you know what happened? Of course, one card bends a little bit more, so now anytime I open this up, I often get this particular card, the Fool, because it's jumping again, because maybe I'm a fool, I don't know, but I think I've been talking too much about my experience here. You guys probably want to see the cards, so I'm just going to give you the damn cards. Okay, so there we go. So obviously you can see that they're really close up images, and I really had a hard time with that. That's why I didn't want the deck, but once you get this thing in your hands, seriously, you feel the personality of these cards. So if you've been apprehensive about it, I would definitely try it and give it a go. You know, you can always sell it after if you don't like it, right? But once this deck was in my hands, it's like the personality of this deck, everything, it just like, oh, my heart, I felt like my heart chakra just went, whoa. It's just, you can really sense and feel the energy of each card. It is seriously magical. I'm gonna have no trouble reading with this. And it's not like typical Rider-Waite images either, which is nice and refreshing, but it's still going with the theme idea of Rider-Waite. And there's actually, so I was flipping through this deck really, you know, not quickly, but just taking my time for each card and just getting in tuned with it. And there was actually one card, this one, oh my gosh, the timing. I did not plan that. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, this deck is seriously magical and tricksy. Maybe it's playing with me. I don't know. This card scared the crap out of me. I didn't know about this card. Like, see, I didn't research this deck like crazy by any means. And it was so funny because the card just before it, you know, it was really like you go from this extreme, right, of ooh la la la, and the Nine of Swords, you like there's some feathers, and then like and you can feel that there's almost like an apprehension or an awaiting for a storm. Like you can feel things coming. You can feel a build in the Nine of Swords. Then I didn't know what to expect, and I turned into this one, and I like seriously jumped back. I was like, holy crap, like the impact of it. So buyer beware, the impact of this deck is hardcore. Wow, like what a powerful card. Like that's the most powerful Ten of Swords I've ever seen in my entire life of tarot. Ah, that's scary. Okay, let's like change that up a little bit because it's kind of freaking me out. And maybe I'm just really sensitive. I don't know. I could be. I think I am. My sensitivity to energy is really enhancing, which is great. It's awesome because frick, I'm like starting to channel while I'm reading cards, which has never really happened before. So I was reading for one lady who had never read before, never even met her. And I was just shuffling the cards, and all this information just started flooding in. Like this huge waft of sadness just went over my whole body. I was like, holy crap. I'm like, there's a lot of sadness here. And I said that, and she was just like, yeah. And there was a lot more that came over, like, and through before even the cards were laid down, which is, yeah, I've just never experienced that before. But this, back to the actual thing I'm doing, which is the deck. The tattooing is really hip. That's one thing I really love about this deck. They have reoccurring themes, so that's really awesome. So tattoos are a big deal. Another thing that I really love is the aces are animals, which is so awesome because it is that primordial energy, that that essence, right? So that just, oh, it's perfect. It's absolutely fucking perfect. Okay, so there's like another like holy crap moment. I'm gonna try and find, okay, one, I'm like hugely drawn into fairy-like beings with horns. Two, oh man, I just gotta show you this just because it's so freaking gorgeous. Like, holy crap. This is the image that I found online, and it didn't have that there, and I didn't even know it, and I was like, this is so gorgeous, and I posted it on Instagram for Beltane, and I had no idea it was actually from this. And then I get this freaking deck like just a few days later, and voila, it's in this deck. Like, so this deck is just being like screaming out to me practically. Okay, and the other thing is, like, quite a few years ago, before I was even into like really into spirituality and this kind of thing, I like, I always like had a connection to fairies and unicorns hugely when I was a kid. But I was making these drawings of they're called treeblings. That's what I called them, treeblings. And they're like people, like kind of like you and I, that kind of thing, like, or like these fae creatures. But I wasn't thinking fae or fairy. I didn't even realize what I was doing. And branches kind of were coming out of their heads, and even their hands were almost like branches, but they had like more like skin. So then I see this deck, and I flip through, and she made a tree bling. Like, I was like, holy. And I don't think this is the only one in this deck. I think there's another one for sure. Yeah, it's the it's a Pentacles. Was it Page of Pentacles, I think. I keep getting this card right now, the Hermit. And maybe because I'm being all hermity lately. I don't know. Yeah. Inner searching. Of course, when you're trying to find... You know what I really like about this deck too is there's so much expression. And there's expression in the sense of they're not... The artist isn't trying to make someone always look like extremely beautiful. Like, they are beautiful, but they're beautiful in their quirkiness, you know? And they don't have perfect hair. They have like kind of semi-messy hair, or semi-dready looking almost hair, you know? So I like, you know, and she doesn't shy away from like bringing different forms in, different ways of stages of age. Like, it's really diverse, which is perfect. You know, like, even look at the star here. This is just awesome. You know, you're getting kids in here. You're getting older people, elders. You're getting, you know, semi-young. And, like, I think that's just really great to see that diversity in a deck as well. Okay, so here's the other tree bling. Like, I think that, yeah, it kind of looks like she's got tree branches coming out of her hair. And, well, the idea is that she's actually putting her hands into the ground to make it like roots into the ground. How cool is that? Like, seriously, hands down, this deck is amazing. It has floored me. That is the deck review, I guess, and so far experiences. You know, honestly, I've only had this deck for a little while, but it is floppy, it is smooth, and slippery, so don't be surprised if it's jumping out of your hands. Seriously, hop in. Big energy. Anyways, take care, guys. Bye!